Hello everybody. Today I'm going to start a series of my Chrysler brochures, which you can see I have some starting from 2005, and all of them, they're pretty interesting and beautiful brochures. And then I got this Chrysler TSI, which looks a little different, although it's from 2005 for whatever reason. And yeah, now also if you want to see a random short video of a cat, that would be my cat, stick to the very end, and then we'll show you my cat. It's been a while since he made an appearance, so we'll show you. All right, so Chrysler, we got through all the Dodge stuff, so obviously it's only natural, and there he is again. See, what do you think of Chryslers? I don't think he cares. All I know is he's a very good cat. So fluffy and nice, and treats our kid right, and never scratches. And just look at this face. Just look at this face. Sorry. Okay, well, just ignore the animal. He's just a fluffy animal who's chilling on Chryslers. Assuming 2005 was a fine year for cats and Chryslers. All right, I gotta do the video. Anyway, I don't have really any old stuff. Like, I don't have stuff from the 80s or the 90s, but somehow I got my hands on these 2005 brochures. I don't know why I grabbed this one, but obviously Chrysler Sebring Coupe, and we got the sedan, which looks, for whatever reason, the brochure looks different, and I don't know what TSI stands for. But let's start with the coupe. Arguably, the coupe is the more beautiful looking one, if you can call it that. Same as the Mitsubishi Eclipse, and same as the. I'm sorry, I can't focus. Now I know why Bill from Auto House of Naples or Europa, he keeps freaking out about animals, but I'm not freaking out. I mean, it is my cat, but after all, like, I can't focus when there's a cat like staring at me. But in any case, so same as a Stratus, a little different, obviously. I naturally would levitate towards Chrysler because of their more luxurious. So can inspiration leave the status quo far behind? Yeah, I don't know about all these inspirational quotes. But, I drove them. I did drive the two-door Stratus, and I did drive the Chrysler Sebring. Once again, it's all back in 2000, I think, 3, when I started working for a car rental agency. And I worked for a couple of them, different ones. So we had these. I drove them. So Sebring Coupe Limited. It starts with at a payment with standard 17-inch aluminum wheels, 198 horsepower V6, which today is pretty laughable. But I mean, come on, even Town Car has more horsepower, but obviously with a V8. So standard. So for a 3.0, you only got 198 horsepower. Yeah, not a whole lot to brag about, but I like the styling. I like that whole aero styling. Kind of like the Camaros, had the whole aero styling, and I like these too. And I like the Camaros. There you go. You got a Sebring Coupe with the interesting looking shifter, and I always liked how sunroof opened on these. Kind of slides over. I like that. I don't like when sunroofs hide in the roof, although arguably it's a better design, but when it kind of slides over, I don't know. To me, it looks more cool than when it just hides away. Alrighty, what else do we have? Interior details, okay. All right, so you have auto-dimming mirrors, these goofy-looking CD and sometimes tape decks. I guess because these were Chrysler, you didn't have the tape deck. I guess they were considered too cool to have a tape deck. But I like these this instrument cluster and everything. Yeah, like they were fine. The interior also, it didn't have the wood, I don't think, these, but nice black or gray and silver. Tastefully done. Not a lot of room though. I gotta give it that. But a lot of coupes don't have a lot of room. And then you have just the Sebring Coupe. So what do you got? You have less fancier wheels, a little less chrome, no leather, just cloth. And I like this advertisement right there. So, how does a sleek aerodynamic coupe contains a safety cage construction? Well, by putting it in there. So yeah, all the, they're not focusing on all the fanciness. They're giving you 142 horsepower, versus the 198. Okay, so a little weaker, a little more bass. All right, and then you have the cloth versus leather. You have fancy looking women shopping. Yeah, wheels, cargo net, accessories, and all that stuff. There you go. I love these old school brochures, although, it's not very old. Let's see, where's this? But, beautiful photography. And here you have coupe and the limited. And then you have this. And I think that's it. And yeah, and look, it's printed in the USA. And it was printed August of, if you guys could see that. So, interesting. All right. Our first one down. Let's look at the sedan. I don't know what TSI is here for. What's up with that? But for some reason they chose to put a picture of a leather seat. Okay, granted it's a two-tone. I guess it's a nice seat, but where's the car? TSI. Okay. Yeah. So what do we got? Okay, why didn't they put that on the cover? So you have basically a Stratus, sedan Stratus with fancier taillights and chrome, and interior's a little better. But I don't understand, why did they make such a big deal of this? So it's a different engine. So it's a 2.7 with 200 horsepower. Okay, so it's 2 more horsepower than the coupe. Okay, but because it's based on a 4-door Stratus, I guess you do get the wood trim right there, and you do have that optional, very goofy, very not super helpful navigation system of that era. So, okay, that's all you get. So that's why they decided to stick with this. I don't actually know what year this is. Does it say what year? I don't know. Is it even from the same era? I mean, it should be. Oh, here, 2005. Okay, good. So I guessed that because, these two things, they existed parallel. So good. All right. So it is from the same era. Yeah, very weird how they didn't choose to do the same style. As you can see, all their brochures fall in that same style. And then also look at this. So might as well cover here. So the Sebring sedan and then the TSI sedan. What's the big deal? Why did they choose a different one? It looks like this brochure kind of discolored over the years. Oh, no, you know what? Never mind. It's all there. It's the same way. So that's their styling. All right. So here you go. You got sedan made for passengers to enjoy and driver to relish. Okay. Okay, so here it's interesting. Here they have the limited, the touring, and just the sedan. So the TSI must have been some sort of a limited edition or something. Although no, look, 2.7 liter. So it's the same engine. Okay, I mean, anyway, I should probably stop wondering these things. But okay, you got a fancier Stratus, of course. Fancier chrome, fancier interior. Oh, there you go, it opens up. Okay, looks good in black. Yeah, got the sunroof, chrome clad. 2.7 liter dual overhead. Okay, here you go. I always liked Chrysler's gauges. There's something special about those, like the blue backlit, or you can call it, greenish, and yes, the nav again. I always like those buttons. I'm not sure why more manufacturers don't utilize those. They are very helpful. Auto climate, fine. Heated seats. This is interesting. You had the scrolly wheel heated seats, kind of modeled after the Germans. Yeah, the interior, obviously the 4-door would be the better for passengers over the 2-door. And it's always interesting to see those little displays for like the trip info. And then on the Stratuses, they were just like empty holes, I think. Or on the models that didn't have this, there were just empty square hole that had nothing to go in there. And then you had the touring, okay, so you had a little less, so I see the fog lights are deleted. So you got a little less equipment. You don't have the wood, you don't have the nav, you have the little helper screen there, but you don't have the auto climate, so they deleted that. Less fancy, silver instead of wood. Different rims. Alrighty. And then you have the sedan, so the cheapo model. I think that's the one that will have a square, empty square hull. And we had these at the car rental fleet. Yeah, for sure. We had plenty of them. We had the Chryslers, we had the Dodge, obviously the variants for the Dodge. And look, they didn't do the picture of the front because I think I could see the empty hole right there, which is always weird. Why don't the manufacturers cover it up? All right, safety and handling. I'm gonna try to keep this video to a reasonable length because we got 2 more to go. All right, there you go. Chrome stuff, non-chrome stuff. Yep, you had the sedan, the Touring, and the Limited. For some reason, the TSI had its own different thing. Gonna have to look it up. What did that even mean? All right, the sunroof, I mentioned, that opens over the roof is nice. And once again, you have a nice backing to it. Okay,